No, you already started working on your website, so I'm not even going to bother.
I only did the navigation bar again.
Okay, let me see that. Okay. I'm more concerned about seeing it on the browser. What's going on?
Please, can you move on to the next person? I want to open it first.
Okay, no problem. Oreoluwa and Inioluwa. Because Ini is older. Let me start with Ini. Wait, Ini, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
So I said I was going to check Oreoluwa's own today because I don't know if you are teaching him the correct
Mr.
stuff.
I've seen it.
Yeah? Okay, EX, share it. Inioluwa, get ready. I'm coming to you. All right, start sharing, EX. Okay. Okay, wonderful. Did you put your CSS in an external file?
Yes.
All right. You can stop sharing. I've seen what I want to see. Thank you. Inioluwa.
Yes.
Were you able to do the assignment?
Yes.
So let me see.
What?
Okay. Inioluwa, you just copied it directly from W3. Let me see the browser. And I keep saying put it in an external file. I don't know why you're not putting in an external file. Okay, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. Okay. Okay. You really like football. I'm seeing Ronaldo, Messi, Mbappe. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Okay. Okay. All right, go to your VS Code. Okay. So can you put your style in the external CSS file? You have to copy it and put them in an external CSS file that you have linked to this page. Do you know how to link it? Inioluwa, there's even a mistake. You know what? Let me control your system because there are so many errors there's so many errors in your code. Okay. Sorry, hold on. This okay. I think I can control it now. So anywhere's your external CSS file? Is it this one? Is this your external CSS file? Okay, yes. Wonderful, Chizaram. Chizaram, you will show me after this class. Is it this one?
Yes.
This is a CSS for something different. Okay, for your nav bar. Okay. Hold on. But your header is not, I don't even understand how you did this assignment, to be very honest. Inelua, can you scroll down? Can you scroll down? This is not what you're showing me on your browser, because I don't see a header here. I don't see the column. I don't see the header. You know what? After class, me and you will look at it. Inelua, stop
Okay.
sharing. After class, we'll look at it. Thank you. Chizaram, can I see your project? Can you share your screen? Chizaram, can you share your screen? Or Chizaram, if you can't share your screen, let me know in the chat. Bukumi. Bukumi. Is Bukumi not there? Okay, you can't have you. No problem, Chizaram. Okay, let's move on since Bukumi is not answering. So let's go into what we have for today. I will come back to Ore and Ini after the class. Hold on, let me share my screen. Actually wrote something here. Inyolua, what's your reference website? Inyolua,
Highschool.com.
what? Put in the chat box, please. You and Ore's own, please put in the chat box. Bukumi, are you there? Is Bukumi not in this class? Ini, please put your live score. Let me see. Bukumi, I don't know if you are talking. You are mute though, and if you can hear me, please put your reference website in the chat box. Let me check in his own so that we can start working on it.
Oh, okay, ma.
Yeah. So, oh, you didn't know you were mute. No, I didn't check your assignment. Ini, are you sure you can do livescore.com? Ini, you have to look for another reference website though, or this can be done though. Let me see. This can be done. I think these are all ads. This is a menu. Bukumi, I'm waiting for you. I'm checking Ore's own.
I've dropped this.
Okay. Ini, you must really like football. I can see. You really, really like football. This is really, really okay. Ini, do you have, what about Ore? What's your reference website? Let me check out Bukumi. So let me share my. PlayStation.com. Alright, do you have a reference website?
No, I don't have.
Sweetheart, you need to have one. So this is not a home page, right? It's like a table without a border. Who dropped this? Bukumi. Bukumi, how do you go to this website? There's no Bukumi, are you in Nigeria though?
Yes.
So how see I don't see Nigeria here. So how do you use this website?
I don't use it. I just dropped it.
Okay, so this is what you want to replicate, right? This is pretty easy. Oh.
Yes.
All right, no problem. This is good. So this is what you'll be replicating, and then you also have a profile page, and then one of the pages that director was talking about. All right, fine. So Oreoluwa, are you seeing your page? Okay, I'll work on this weekend. I'll look at this weekend. Let's go into what we have for today. I know I wrote something. Okay, I'm seeing a message. Makeup.com. Chizaram, that's yours. Chizaram, this link is not correct though. There shouldn't be a space at all. So Chizaram, please look for the correct link. Because there shouldn't be a space at all. So I know that we have done, I'm trying to look at what we have done and what we have not done. Okay. So we've done sex, yeah, we've done CSS fonts and fonts family. We have done CSS text. We have done margins and borders. We've done background. Yeah, we've done background. Let's do CSS tables and then grids today. So we're going to do, let me start with, the CSS grid is a little complex. That's why I'm delaying, but eventually we have to come to it. Maybe I should start with tables. Okay, so yesterday we did column. This right here is a column. You can see. So we've done tables before. We've done tables before, so we're just going to quickly run through it again, and then we'll go to CSS grid. So this is pretty, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we've done all this before, right? Full width table. We've done all this double borders. Okay, let me see. I don't think we did double borders. So if you want a table with double borders, I think Oh, this is not a double border, sorry. Okay, so they're saying that the reason why they have double borders here is because both the table, the TH, and the table data all have a border property. So if you don't want it to have if you don't want them to have double borders, you should do it like this. So do you see the difference? If you want a single border like this, you don't want it to be double, you have to use the table data, and the table head. But if you want it to have double borders, then you can use the table head, and the table data. I think is the PDT. Okay, sorry. So if you don't want it to have a table border, you use the border collapse option. This is it here. Because if you just do it like this, and I think it was the same in our tables as well, we had double borders. So if you don't want it to have double borders like this is a double border. It's like 2-in-1. And that's because we put borders in both the table head, which is here, and the table data as well, which is this right this right up. So if you don't want that to happen, you can use a property called border collapse. Border collapse. Because if I remove border collapse from here, it's going to have double. See, it's going to be double. But if I put the border collapse, now it's single. So that's pretty easy. So if you only want a border around the table, you have to specify the border property for the table. So you can see right here, they only used a table. They didn't use table data and table header. It was just the table. And so you have it like, so I think I saw somebody with that. I think this is a table, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to figure out if it's a table or a row. If it's a table or a column, rather. So I think it's a column, yes. This was built with Bootstrap. The row. Okay. Whose reference website is this? PlayStation. Bukumi, right? Bukumi,
Yes, that's mine.
this is your Sabi. Let me show you guys how to use what we call developers tool. If I go to a website and I'm trying to figure out how they built the website, if I right click and I press the inspect option, it's going to bring out the code base. Let me put it like that. So you can see class row. You can see this is a column. It was built with a column. But this is not CSS. This is CSS and Bootstrap actually. So that's why you're saying column MD, column whatever. So it's a list in a column. I can see the A. Okay. Okay. Argentina. It's a mixture of columns and listing. So it's like Bukumi. It's almost like this, the columns I taught you guys about yesterday, but what you have in there is a list. So you open a column and then you have a list. So anyway, back to what we have for today. So I've said how to, if you only want a single border, I've showed you how to do that. Okay, if you only want a border around the table, we only put a border around the table here. So there's no TH, there is no TD. What happens when you don't put a table at all, a border at all? I want to see what happens when you don't put a border. See, it looks like this. That's why I was thinking that this was a table. That's why I thought Bukumi's own was a table. Because it's like that. It's almost like, it's just that this is aligned right. Let me see. I said I want TH to be text aligned. Right. We text aligned right. Oh, sorry, left, I mean. So it's almost like, Bukumi, are you seeing what I'm doing? It's almost like when you're having this your website here. Yeah. Do you get? So it's almost like this. So that's why I thought it was but this is a column actually. And I can understand why they will use a column. So, but it's better to use a column though. But yes, you can build tables like that. You just remove the border and then align your table. So here would be probably Argentina. Then you list, or this would be A, and then you list your countries here. This would be B. You list your countries. So, but it's better to use a column though. So that's about. Okay, we still have a couple of things to learn about tables. So table size. Table size. Let's see. I think I've talked about table size when I said you can make the table as big as you want. It's all about using a table width. So you can decide that you want the width to be 100%, it will be bigger. See, it's bigger. You can say you want it to be, can you use 200%? Extremely big. So the size just depends how you want it, how wide you want it to be is up to you. So let's leave it as 50 here. And it's now smaller. So you can expand the size of the table like that. So that is it for table width. Table alignment. Let's go to table alignment. I hope you guys are understanding. Any questions?
No.
Oh, okay. Table alignment. So the table, sorry, horizontal alignment. The text align property sets the horizontal alignment like left, right, or center of the content. So this is basically about where should the content be. So far, so good. We have always put, if you check others, the content has always, the content has always been by the right, by the left, but the table, the header has always been in the middle like this. This is the header. This is what is TH, table header. The table header is always set to the middle. The default setting is set to the middle. But if you want to make it to the left or to the right, you can set the table header text align to left or to right. Okay. So, but what if you want to set the table data? That is this right up, these particular ones that have always been at the side. What if you want to make them in the middle? How do we do that? It's still the same thing.
What's the job?
So, like I said, this is th text table header. It is all the default setting is that is in the middle. But your table data is its default setting is to the right at this side. So every time you write, you always see it at the right. But if you want to set it to the middle, you can use the text align as well and just put it text align center. Is that clear? Do we understand?
Yes.
You're saying yes,
Yes.
now. When I give you assignments now, I'll be seeing nothing. Okay. Oh. Please, if you have any question, no, ask and let me know. Okay, so that's about table text alignment, vertical alignment. Wait, did I miss something? Okay, no, I didn't miss. So apparently they call this a horizontal alignment. I have no clue why they did it. But yeah, I've told you how to do this. Just make it text align left. This is text align center, text align left. Okay, so let's go and see what vertical align is. Okay, so the vertical align, if you look at let me use this one. How do I explain this now? The vertical alignment sets the vertical alignment like top, bottom, or middle of the content. So basically, if you want maybe this is at the bottom right now, you can see the vertical alignment is at the bottom. If I change it to the top, let's assume we want it to be top, the right up will go up. You see, so now it's up. It's up here. You can make it the center. Oh, sorry, yeah, and to be in the middle. So that's just basically how to style your table. You can do it however you want to do it. Do you want your right up to be in the middle? You can set that. Do you want it to be on the bottom here or on top here? However you want to, you can do it. It's just, and in case you don't remember all these properties, you can always use Google. Just ask Google, oh, how do I set my table to so and so? Okay. So we understand that. Yeah, I can move on. Okay, so let's go to table styles now. I've taught you guys about the padding property here, and I said that padding is always the space that is inside. Let me see if I can bring this down. Yeah, I can't. The space around here is what is called padding. So when you want to use the padding option, you only use the padding for your table head and then your table data. You don't need it in your table. You don't need your table to be there because you're not, this is what you are giving padding is the words in the table head and the table data that you are giving padding. So this is a padding of 15. Let's make it a padding of 20. So you see how it looks like. So you see what it does. Let me make it bigger. Let's say, let me give it a padding of 50 so that it will be more obvious. You see, it is bigger. The space around it is way bigger. All right. So if you want to make it smaller, let me give it a padding of 10. Definitely smaller. So are you guys seeing it? Let me make it 50 again. See, bigger. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Only Ore and Ini are answering me. Are there other people in this class? Please, I
Yeah.
need answer.
I understand.
I understand.
Okay, I think everyone knows this already. That's why.
I understand.
All right. Thank you. So let's go to horizontal dividers. So far, so good. We've been doing tables that are covering everywhere. But what if you want to make your table like this? You just want a line under, just like this, okay? So in that case, we're going to use a border collapse for our table. And then when it comes, you can see that there is no border here. There is only border bottom. But first of all, you have to use a border collapse for your table. You select your table and then use the border collapse because you don't want the table will just automatically give you a border. So you collapse the border and then you select your TH and your TD and then you only use a border bottom. All right? A border bottom. So if I make this 2px and then I change this color to, let's say, green. All right? You can see it will change. It's thicker because I change it to 2. If I change it to 4, it will be more thicker. See, it's bigger. Okay, you can also make it red. And it becomes red. Do we understand? Because I will give assignment to.
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's move to the next one. There's something called a Hoover table. Just like when we're hovering around links or yeah, there's still links. I told you navigation bars are a collection of links, a list of links. So you see, when you hover around it, how do you do this? So because we are hovering around the table, this is a row, this is a row. When it's like this is a row. When it's up to down is a column, but sideways is a row. So now we are hovering around the row. It's a row. We're not hovering. If this color was covering only one column, like all the first name, then that would be what's it called? A column, but it is on a row. And I've told you before, TR is what it stands. TR stands for table row. TH stands for table header. This is your table header, like your heading, and that's why it's thicker than the rest. Then these words here, Peter, briefing, Lois, these are all table data. Please hold on. So how do we make the table row change color when we hover around it? Very easy. So you're going to select your table row. You can see it here, and then you put your hover. You know, if this was a link or if this was a list, it would be LI colon hover. But now because we're selecting the table row, it will be TR hover, and then we put a background color there. So the background color they kept was coral. Let me make it red. Sorry, hold on. My glasses is falling off. Let me wear it well. Okay, so let me make this red. Okay, so if I make this red, now it's red. Make it green. Now it's green. Can we Do we understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you're saying? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So there is something called strict or striped table because these are stripes. Striped table. So for zebra striped tables, we have to use the end child selector and add the background color. I think this is advanced. Okay, so we're not going to do this. It's a little bit advanced. Don't let me confuse you guys. I think we've talked about table color before. So let's go straight to table color. It's very easy. This is your like I said. And okay, let me just teach you about the stripes. I hope you can get it. If you want to give it a striped color like this, right? You have to use your table row because obviously it's a row. This is a row. So you have to select your table row. And now there's a would I call this a picture or an element that is called end child. And you have to write this block of text. Hold on. So you have to write this end child and you have to choose, maybe you want to make it even or let me use odd so that you see the difference. You see what odd does. See? So odd numbers, we all know what odd numbers are, right? Do we know odd and even numbers?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what are odd numbers? Can you name give me the first 5 odd numbers?
1, 3,
3,
5,
5,
7,
7,
9,
9.
11, 13.
So those are odd numbers. So when you select odd here, when you say you want it odd, that means you're telling the computer not to give the odd numbers this background color. That's what you're saying. Not to give the odd numbers. Number 1 here, 1 is an odd number. 3, this is the third one here. 3 is an odd number. So you see, it is not giving them a what's it called? It's not giving them a background color. But if I put even here, it's going to switch to odd numbers now. It's not going to give even numbers. It's not going to give number 2 and number 3 background colors. So you know what this is already. Select background color. Let's make this blue. No, see, it's blue. Okay.
Ma, what if you want to make all of them striped?
If you want to make all of them straight, let me see. So I don't think you can make all of them stripe. It's called a stripe because you know, like a zebra stripe is white, black, white, black. There are always 2 colors. So I think if you want to make all of them sure, you can just add a background color to all your rows. Do you understand? Like, let me see if I can do that here.
Okay.
You see?
Yes.
In your Lua. So you don't need to add the nth child and all of that and all of that. Just make your rows. If you want to separate them, let me remove this first. This doesn't have a border or anything. So this doesn't have a border. So if you put a border around it and then maybe you make it double border and then you leave a margin in between your rows and then you put the color, you will have different blue lines like that. You just need to put a border and then put a space so that each row can have a space and the color blue. Right now, this ones, they are all joined together. So that's for stripes. Table color is almost the same. Okay. So you can see here, table color, they gave the table header a background color of green. So if you want to make your table header a different color, you can also do it. If you want to make your table row a different color, you can do that. So it's basically just selecting what properties you want to change. Oh, do I want to change the row? Do I want to change how my table data is looking? You just have to select what you want to change. If I want to change, this first one is the header. Okay, if I want to give the header a background color, only the header, I know what to do. I'll choose the table header. If I want to change the rows to different color, you select table rows. If I want to make my write-up, if I want to make my table data write-up to be in the middle, I would choose table data. So it's knowing what you want to change and selecting the right properties to change it. And like I said, I always say this, if you do not remember, you can always use Google and W3 School. That's why they are there. Okay. So I will do table responsive, and then we'll go on the break, and then we'll come back and do table grid. Sorry, we'll come back and do grid. Okay, so let's see. A responsive table will display a horizontal scroll bar if the screen is too small to display the full content. So if you have a really, really long table, like you can see, this is the long table. Now, this window is small. If I expand this, see the scroll bar doesn't appear there anymore. So in case somebody is checking your website on a phone, if somebody's checking your website on a phone and you want them to be able to see everything, because if you don't make it responsive, they probably will not see the entire table. Like maybe this whole part might not show, or it will just appear in a very funny way that you will not like. So most phone screens are small like this, and so this scroll bar, you need the scroll bar to be checked. And so how do you make the scroll bar there? Let us see. We use what is called, to create a responsive table, add a container element like a div element with this properties. Okay, this is it right here. So this is your table, right? We talked about this. When you want to start your table, you open the table element. So now before you open your table element, you open a div and you put a star. This is what you put, overflow auto. So that the overflow is just like, okay, so if the screen is small, the overflow option just makes the scroll bar appear so people can flow. Let me use that word. So that you can scroll. Overflow auto. That is what you use. And then you close your div at the end of your table when you've written everything you want to write. That's where you come and close your div. Not that you start closing it when you are closing because no, if we're making our table, after we've written the first row, you close your row, you open another row. After everything, this whole row, you close it, you open another row, you close it. So you don't close your div after your table row. You continue until you are done with the entire table. Do we understand? You can see it here. Do we understand?
Yes.
Iria, how are you?
I'm fine.
Welcome. You came late today. Hmm?
Oh.
So that's that about responsible table. Let's take a 10-minute break. Then when we come back, we're going to be discussing about grid. TSS, what's the time now? This is 9:57. So I expect us here by 10:07. So you don't need to leave the class, just chill around. Oh, are you there?
Yes.
Were you able to figure out how to make your logo appear here?
No.
What?
No.
Okay. It's actually we do it with icons.
Okay.
Don't worry, maybe after the class I'll show you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Han.
Yeah. Was your brother wasn't able to do it or he didn't have time?
Half time.
He didn't have time, right? Okay, no problem. So we'll start again at 10:07.
Ma,
Yes, Remide.
my VS Code, the one that I did the that I did the the line, the black line. I can't make it to stop showing red. It's just showing red in my VS Code.
Don't worry, I'll check it after class. Don't worry. It's probably an error in your code.
Ma.
Yes. I can hear you.
My network was not working well, so I got disconnected.
Is that Ire?
Yes, ma.
Ire, we're on a break, so don't worry, you're fine. I didn't see
Mama
anything.
is not.
Ma, I want to show you my homework.
All right, hold on. Give me 5 minutes. Hold on. After the break.
Mrs. Someone, I want to show you my homework too.
Who is that?
Orelua.
Oh no, Ore, me, Ore, Inyoluwa, and Iremide are going to remain after the class. So don't worry. I'm not only going to see your homework, I'm going to correct it. But please let me take a 5 minutes break, please. I'll be back. We're coming back in 5 minutes time. So please hold on.
Mom, back.
Okay, so we should all be back by now. So is everybody around? Is everybody? If you're back, please signify in the chat that you're back.
I'm back.
Okay, Ire is back. Evan is back. I can't see you guys. Let me see if I can see. So if you're back, just raise your hands. Okay, Aura is back. If you're back, please raise your hands. Aura, EX, Iniolua, Bukumi. Okay. Ehun and Chizaram.
I'm back.
Ehun. Okay. You didn't raise your hands. Chizaram, are you there? He's already there.
Yes, ma'am, here.
Okay, so I'm left with Chizaram. Okay, so Chizaram is, so we're all back. So we're going to talk about grids, CSS grids. I will try to explain this as much as I can. So please just bear with me and ask me if you have any questions. All right. So a grid layout consists of a parent element with one or more child elements. So there is a parent element and then the parent will have children. Let us see how that works. Okay.
Should we put down our hand?
Yes, you can. Please put down your hands.
Please put down your hand. I need to move.
So a grid layout must have a parent element with the EM display with this. Sorry, hold on. So it must have a parent element with the EM display property set to grid. So you have to, when you are trying to
Mr. I got disconnected.
Okay, I'm back. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, please hold on. Trying to share my screen. Okay. Please, sorry, hold on. Okay, let me share my screen now. So okay. So there must be a parent element and there must be children elements. In this case, this is the parent element, right? You open a div, you put a class, and you call it a grid container. So it is important that you do this. You must have a grid container because the container is like the parent. Is what is you know what a container is. You put things inside the container. So this one has children inside the container. It is the parent, and then these are the children here. This is grid 1. So you can see this is grid 1 here. This is the first one. This is grid 2. So if I put names here, let's say I put Ore, Ini, EX, Bukumi. Who else again is there? Chizaram. Did I miss anybody? Ire, Ire, my baby. Sorry. Chizaram.
You not put S in my name.
Who? EX, Abi? Okay. Iremide. Okay, I think that's who we have for now. So if I put this, you can see your names. So this is how you create a grid like this. I'm sorry, I want to try something. Remove EX and Iremide. Let me see. Okay. Yes. So after you have done all of this, I have to run this again. After you have done all of this, right? You now have to come and design it. So this is, you can see this class here, this grid container. So you have to design that class. That is what this has to be there. It has to be display grid. If it's not display grid, let me remove this. See, it just becomes like this, almost like a table. But you want it to be in a grid. That means you want it to have different sections. All right. So it has to be display grid. Okay. Sorry, hold on. So it is important that you have display grid. You also have inline grid. This is what an inline grid looks like. This is an inline grid. What's the difference though? Sorry. Let me quickly check. Sorry. Inline grid and sorry, please hold on. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Because I'm getting a notification. My network.
You're breaking.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to fix. That's what. Please, who is this person that is drawing? Please stop it. Please stop it. Okay, I think I fixed it now. Please stop drawing, no, please. Please, who is the host now?
Who is that one?
Stop drawing.
Around
I know the one.
Who is the person?
I use color black to draw.
Why are you even drawing at all? That's the question.
And I don't use color pink.
You just want to be naughty.
I drew.
Ma, it's not Remide, it's my brother.
Okay, it's alright, Abi.
Yes.
Oh yeah, please, let's stop. So I'm trying to find a way to explain this better. I think I found it. So the display grid is used to create a layout based on rows and column, while inline grid is used to make a block level grid container. This is an example. This is a display grid, right? So a display grid is like rows and column, just like this. This is a row, this is a column, something like this. But an inline grid is just like, do you see the difference? If you use a display grid, it will look like this. If you use inline, I'm talking about here. You know, I told you there are two ways. You can, this is a display grid. If I use inline, the way it appears is different. So it depends on what you want to do. For instance, oh sorry. If I use inline, it becomes kind of like a block element. Do you get? Let me go back to that page. I think that other page explains it better for me. So, like this Ehun's website now. This Ehun's website, especially this particular place is loading. Like this is a grid, and it was what's the name of that again? And it was built with something like this. It was built with a display grid. So do we understand? I need us to understand the difference. One happens to be like rows and column. The other one is it doesn't give you rows and column. It's just like a rigid block. I don't know how to explain it to you, to be very honest. But when you want to build something, for instance, you cannot use an inline grid here. This has to be a grid because it's you have to be able to design it. An inline will not give you this. So that's basically what it is saying. Okay, so let's continue. So let's talk about grid rows and grid columns and grid gaps. So you can decide to separate. Hold on. This is so rigid. Okay. So you can decide that, okay, you want your grid to have spaces, just like in this space here. Is it? Don't get mistaken. You can see the spaces in between on this place. I don't know why this will not come down. I need you to come down. You can see there's a space here in between these grids. You can see this white space here. This is a bit bigger, but it's doable. So if you want to create a space between the columns, I don't think I finished explaining this. Let me go back there. I'm sorry, I don't think I explained this finish. So this specifies an auto column specify default column sizes, right? Let me see that. Auto. So I want this to be 1. Can it be 1? One. Please, can you help me plug this thing? It's going to die very soon, and I'm using it. So let's go and talk. Let's go and look for the grid column, template columns option. Now let's see what it does. Because I want to explain what each and every one does one by one. Okay. So that you understand what each of them does one by one. Where's my system lagging? Okay. One frame, 2 frame. So the grid template columns property defines the line names and track sizing functions of the grid column. Okay, so this is a grid column with, how do I explain this right now? Leave that auto. Who's that? This is an inline grid. And so grid. I'm sorry, I'm trying to look for a something that explains it better, because I know how to explain it in my head. I just don't know how to show you that you understand. So I'm trying to look for a site that really explains what we're trying to say. Because even if I show you from here, one frame, 2 frames, 8-inch auto. This is not working for me. Okay, so let me just try. Let me try what I can. So this just define how the grid is going to look like. This particular element just define how the grid looks like. It's because it is, if I remove the auto, let me make it one auto, it becomes one. If I make it two autos, it becomes two, yeah. If I make it three, it becomes three. If I make it four, so I basically think, let's make it four. If it still become three rows. So this is one auto, it makes it, if you give it one auto, it becomes one. If you make it a two auto, it becomes 1, 2. It gives you two columns. If you make it three, it becomes 1, 2, 3. If you make it four, it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's the thing about doing it as a grid element. If you do it with as an in-grid element, it wouldn't even work like that, because the in-grid will make it once like this. Let me see. No, it's the same. So that's basically what it does. How many do you want to make it? I'm pretty sure there are other properties apart from auto, which is what I'm looking for, and I can't seem to find it. So auto is just giving them the same. Okay, let's make it 60, 60. Okay, so this is 60, 60 px. So both of them will be 60 px. So if I make it 30 and 60 px. So it has to be equal. So it's either you're making all of them automatically the same size, because automatically means that auto means that you're making all of them the same size. Auto, auto, auto. And they're the same size. Or you use numbers. Or you use numbers and you make them 60 px, 60 px, 60 px. Okay. And they automatically become 60. They are 6. This is size 60, and it automatically becomes smaller. If you add another 60, it will become 4. Now it's 4. So in most cases, if you're not looking for anything in particular, it is better to leave it as auto, auto, auto. If you're not looking for any space in particular, when you do auto, the browser will just give all of them equal spaces at once. Do we understand? It just becomes equal spaces like this. Do we understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are we sure?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this background color of the grid container, red, just changes this background color here. You can give this any color that you want. You can give it any color that you want. And the padding here is 10x. Let's make the padding 5x. And to be smaller. Let's make it 20, because I can't even see it. Okay. So this is the padding for the grid container, but this is too much. So it's easier if you want it small, just make it 10. See, and it's small, it's normal. Okay. So now let's talk about and this is just the container. As you can see, the grid container, it is what is containing it is the parent element, and these are its children. So we have designed how we want the outside to look like. Now let's talk about the inside. So this is the background color. This is just a normal, let's use a normal color that we understand. Let's use pink. Because that's like pink. So it's still pink. Let me change it to yellow first. Let me make it blue. So now it's blue inside. So this background color for grid item affects the one inside. The one for grid container affects the one outside. Okay, and so the padding inside, you can make this padding 10. See, now it's smaller. You can make it bigger. And now it will be bigger. Now it's bigger. So the rest, font size, text align, is just talking about if you want it to be at the right, you can put text align to the right or to the left. And let's make it left here. Left. So it has moved to the left. Let's make it to the right. So I don't expect you guys to remember all of these properties. I don't expect you guys to remember all this property. So if you ever want to create a grid, just search for CSS grid, and then you'll be able to find, if you can find W3 score and to remind you of all these elements. Okay. Grid auto flow, grid auto rows, grid columns. Okay. Let's go to the next. Maybe they would explain better. I'm seeing messages. Okay, Chisholm. Was there a border here? Okay, there was a border here. One side, yeah. But in here, the border is different. This is the bit. Okay. So to make the HTML elements behave as a grid container, you need to set the, we'll discuss this about grid containers consist of grid items placed inside rows and columns. So the grid template columns property define the number of columns you want in your grid layout. It can be defined with each column. So the value is a separated list where each value defines the width of a respective column. If you want your grid to contain 4 columns, you have to specify the width of the 4 columns, or you can make all of them auto and they will all have the same width. So it's just how big do you want your column to be. If you have more than 4 items in a 4-column grid, the grid will automatically add a new row to put the item in. Let me see what that means. Okay, so now this is 4. So if I decide to add a 5th one, right, I'll do it like this. It will just create another row. Did it create another row? Okay, so it didn't create another row. So this is just going to be empty. It can also be used to specify the width of the columns. Okay, so this can be bigger. You can make it bigger. This is 80. This is 200. This is auto, and this is 30. So you can give it different what's it called, different sizes as you want. Different sizes. What's this gap element? What does this gap element do? 20p. Let me make it 30p. Yeah, I know. Let's see it. So it creates a bigger gap here. But that's too much. So let's make it 10. So basically, this grid template columns just, it is concerned with this particular column. How do you want them to be? How big do you want them to be? How many do you want? If you want 4, you give it 4 properties. If you want 5, you give it 5 properties. If you want 6, you can also give it 6 properties. Then you can give it different sizes as much as you want. You can give it different size, what's it called? Different sizes as you want. You can make one bigger and you can make the sides smaller and then make the middle bigger, like this. Like if I want this 2 middle to be bigger now, I'm just going to make this 200 because I want both the middle to be bigger, but that's going to be too big. And now the middle ones are bigger. The middle ones are bigger. Let me make this 80. And now they're smaller. They're also the same. So these two sides are the same. The middle ones are the same. And so you could use a grid for a number of reasons. Like I said, Ewan's own here, it's a grid system. It's a grid system, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check if it's a grid system. So I'm trying to see how they built this Ewan's own. So they used a grid. You can see it here. They used grid. Div class is equals to category grid. Okay, grid box. Okay. It's a background image. Okay. So it's a grid system. So I think this is one grid. They just I can't see everything. Why? Okay. I'm trying to figure out how exactly they did it. Okay. So I know that they used a grid. There's a background. Off Raspberry original. Okay. So this was a single grid on its own. And that's why they closed the grid here and then they opened 2 different grids. So let me show you what I'm trying to say. So this is one grid on its own, and this is a whole different grid on its own. So do we have any questions about grids?
No.
Are we sure?
Yes.
You're not the only one in class now. Okay, so since we don't have any question, let me continue. So this just specifies, like I said, this just specifies the sizes of how you want your grid to look like. Okay. So let's talk about, okay, we've done this. Let's talk about the grid template row property. We've talked about the column. This particular one was talking about columns, and that's why the grid template column was there. So we're talking about the columns. Now they want to talk about the rows. Somebody's drawing again. I'm tired. Want to talk about the row properties. I'm seeing messages. What's the link? It's you have to ask director on the group chats, Bukumi. You have to ask director on the group chats. So now we've talked about columns, and now this is for rows. This is telling us how we want the row to be. So I'm seeing 80 and 200. Okay. So the first row here is 80. The second row here is 200. Now we can make this equal. Let's make the two of them the same. So now they are both equal. Now you have 200 up. Now you have 200 up. Remember that when it was columns was talking about it in columns was talking about this. How do I explain this? Who is this person that is writing now? Please.
My mistakenly pressed Anthony's. And when I was in the chat box, it was not working.
All right, no problem. You can stop writing. So you can see here that this is talking about, it's mainly concentrated on how wide the hair is, while for the row is concentrated on how long it is. Do you see the difference? Do we see the difference? So if I come and put this here now.
I'm muted.
If I come and I put, after I have made the column like this, and I come here and I give it a grid template row, all right? See how it changes? It's almost like it's the height that changes. That's basically, so you can change the width and the height using these two elements. You can change the height and the width using these two elements, okay?
Okay. Okay. Ma, why
Okay,
is
so
Mr. Lufonke a fox?
what did you say?
Why is Mr. Lufonke a fox?
She's using an avatar, that's why. So now we want to justify content. When you say justify content, you align the grid inside the container. For instance, we're using space evenly. Space evenly means that you want to give it the same space all around. Do you get? There's space around and there's space between. So for space evenly, when you use justify item and justify content space evenly, this is how it will appear, to give the same amount of space to the columns. You are giving it the same amount of space when you use justify content to space evenly. If you justify it to space around, this is space around, it will give it the value, it will give all the columns equal amount of space around them. This one, it will give it this space evenly, will give it the same amount of space between them. This is between. You can see the up, there is no space, but here there will be equal space in between them. If you use space around, between and around them, Do you see what Iremide is doing?
I'm not the one.
I'm calling you because you're the one that is always doing it. I'm trying to explain this thing the best way that I can. So basically, what I would say is that if you're looking for a particular, because this is space evenly and this is space around, there's really no much difference between them. This is space. The value space evenly will give the columns equal amount of space between and around them. Okay, between and around them. Why? For space around, it will give the columns equal amount of space around them, but not in between, but around, but not in between. But space evenly will give it in between and around them. But space around is just going to be around, like this can be different from this. It's just going to be around it. So if you use justify content to the center, it will align the grid to the middle of the center, like this. Just like this. So you see, this is the center, this is the this is space around, and this is space evenly. So they are not really, how do I explain this? Space around and space evenly isn't that much, except your grid is very big. That's when you see the spaces around them. But for minor spaces like this, as you can see, you can't really tell the difference. But if there were more grids, you would see the difference. So what I would say is that just experiment with it and then you figure out what it means eventually. So it is still the same things that are here. Justify content starts. So this will justify the content to the start. If you say justify content to the end, it will push it to the other side. Justify content to the end. So it pushes it to the end. Justify content starts, pushes it to the front. But I don't really think you'll even be using all these properties. I don't think you'll be using all these properties. Align content. So do we understand? Do we understand? Does anybody have any questions?
I'm going to write my answer.
Do we understand? If you have any question, please ask me, let me know. Because I know that this is a bit complex, but if you have any questions, let me know. And it's something that you probably would not, you have to, when you are practicing and you're building websites, the more you build, the more you use it, the more you understand. But at first, when you're listening to it, it just sounds like, what are they talking about? I don't understand what they're talking about. But the more you use it, the more you understand. All right, thank you very much, Iremide. Now you can remove your answer.
Yeah. Very
Thank you. So by default, a container has one grid item for each column. In each row, you can start the grid item so that they will span multiple columns or row. So let's just see it. Because all this grammar are big grammar. Let us explain it and see how it looks like. Item 1 will start on item 1 and end before column 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So now this is a very long. You can see they didn't even use justify content here because it's not something that you use all the time. Do you get? So they didn't even define it here. So how did they make this one like this? they use something called the grid column. Okay. If you notice, when you're writing a grid, all the grid have classes. All of them have classes, so that you can style them individually. That is why. So that you can style them individually. Okay, so these are 3 different ways of spanning it. Okay.
Okay.
This is 1/5. If I put span 5, would that work? Yes.
I don't understand the div because
You don't understand the
I wasn't around when you taught div.
You went what?
I wasn't around when you did.
So you wait after the class, I'll teach you. So now, how did they make, so far so good? What we've been doing is making all of them the same, what's it called? The same size. So now, how did they get it to be, this is clearly bigger than this and this, and this is, so we use, like I said, they all have classes. Now this is item 1 class. So we select item 1 class, and then you tell the browser that you want the grid column to look like this, 1/5. So what that means is that the item 1, we start on column 1. This is column 1. This is column 2. This is column 3, and this is column 4. So it will end before column. It won't get to column 5. It will end at column 4. If I say I want this to be column, let me put column. If I do column 4 like this, it will stop before 4. It will become 3. I can make it 6. Is it up to 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I say I want it to be 6, it's going to stop before 6. So you can decide to now select item 2. Let's do, this is item 2, right? Let's do item 2. All right, like this. Item 2, let's do it 5. Oh, sorry. Item 2. Okay. So if I'm doing it for item 2, item 2 will start from its normal position and end before you get to 5, because this is 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this 5? Okay, so they're all going to stop at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's still stopping at 4 before you get to 5, but it will start from its normal position. If I do the same thing for 3 here, 3 will start at its normal position, but end before you get to 5. Sorry, this is item 3. Item 3. Let me see, item 3. So because I selected item 3 and I put 2, 5 here, so this is what it gave me. So if you're trying to, what's the word? If you're trying to get any type of grid that you want, it's trial and error. Okay, it is trial and error. I can see why people don't use this much. So there is another way to do this. They selected item 1 here, and they said, okay, they want 1 to span 3 columns. This is 1, 2, 3. Let's say we want 1 to span 4 columns. It will stop at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We want 1 to stop at 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's select item 2. Okay. So when you select item 2 and you want item 2 to span across 5, so it takes a different, I don't know if it's because of the browser is small. Okay. So it starts from here and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unlike the first one, when there is no span, if you take item 2 and then you turn, it will start from its normal position. It would start from its normal position. All right. But I think span is the best one to use because then you understand what you are doing. Use item 3. Item 3 will start from the beginning. Use item 4. Starts from the beginning as well. So are we understanding? Are we understanding? So if I want item 4 to start from number 2 and span all across the 5, okay, let me say I want item 2 to start from number 3 here and end at number 10. So this would be 3. You see, it will stop at number 10 because it's spanning to number 5. If I want it to start from 1, let me tell it to stop at 6 now. So it's going to cover the entire block. Do we understand?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So now let's do it for the row. So for the grid row, this is number 1, and you want it, item 1 will start on row 1. Item 1 will start on row 1 and end on row 4. 1, 2, 3. There are only 3. Okay, so rows. 1, 2. There are just 4 rows now. They're not even up to 4 rows. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3. Okay. So let's assume that, and this was exactly how they did this Elm's own. There is 1 like this, and there is 2, 2. The last one is not, it's maybe stops at 1, 2, 3 like this. This particular one, you can see is 1 row here, then there is 1 and there is 1. So you just make them bigger. You increase the height and the width of the row, and then you make sure this place is white and not that color. So that's that about grid rows. If you want to make item 1 start on row 1 and span 2 rows, it becomes, this is 1 and is on 1, 2, and that's where it stops. If I want it to span 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, automatically creates another one. If I want to span 5 rows, it span 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to span 2 rows. 1, 2. Okay, do you understand? So every other thing is pretty much the same. How many is this? This is 1, 2, 3. So let's say I just want it to have 2 rows. So now that's 2 rows. So I can say I want it to span, let me see, 5 rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want it to span 10 rows. So it just depends on what you want. You can keep checking it until you get the particular row that you want or the particular column that you want. Okay.
Ma,
Yes.
I was disconnected for a very, very long time.
My dear, I'm going to stop here on the grid because we can all agree that this is pretty, what's it called? This is very,
Shut up.
it's complex, right? Let's be honest. Do we understand this grid?
Yes.
I don't think you do.
I do. I understand the grid. I'm going to now watch.
What did you say?
I said I was going to go to W3 schools and check my grade.
Okay, EX, do you understand? EX, do you understand? EX,
Yes.
do you understand what I tried to explain?
Yes.
Orelua, Inulua, do you understand?
Yes.
All right. So EX, how far have you gone with your assignment, please?
What is our assignment for today?
I mean, your project.
What is our
I
assignment?
could not really do anything yesterday because after the class I went out and I came back late.
Okay, so let me see the assignments now first. So let me see your project first.
Project.
Okay.
I'm coming, I'll get to you. Let me see it. Do you need help anywhere? Because I want to focus on Ini and Ore today. So I'll just check your project. If you don't need any help, then you can go continue working on your project. I will check everyone's own. If you don't need any help, you can
Just
continue
the
working.
logo that you want to teach Eru.
How to put the Everyone was asking me how to put the logo. Let me share my screen. Please, what was the first thing I thought when we came to class? Tables. Okay, I thought about tables. On Monday, we're going to do forms. So let me share my screen. Sorry. This is what Ellen was asking me, share screen. Ellen was asking me how to make my logo appear here. Is that what you're trying to ask me?
Yes, yes.
Sorry, hold on.
Yes, that's what I was trying to ask you.
Ma.
So this is what EX, this is what you want to learn too, right?
Yes.
Okay, so hold on. We've not done we'll do it on Monday. I'll teach the entire class on Monday. Let me not do it today.
Okay.
Because I want to spend time with Ini and Inulua and Orelua. You and Ehun seem to get it more than the rest of them. Do you understand? So let me let you go and work on
Yes.
it. So on Monday,
Ma, do you have any
words?
homework? Do you have any homework?
No, I want you to continue doing your projects.
Okay.
Okay.
So I will only give Ini and Co homework to do. Then on Monday when we come, I will teach you because it's icon how to put your logo on that place is icon, and I've not taught that. So on Monday I'm going to teach about icons, and we're going to go to fontsicon.com, and then we'll also learn about form. When I say form, things like this. Let me share my screen again. Things like this are built with a form. What did he say?
Mr. Should I still show you my work?
Yes, you still show me. I'm going to see it.
Okay.
Things like this are built with a form. How do you want to do it? Do you have an account I can transfer it to? No, transfer. I'm trying to find where's EX Fashion Nova? I can't find it again. When you go, okay, you see this option here where you have all this search thingy. They are built with form. So we'll learn all about that next week. So I put in your project. So for now, I just want to see EX project. She said she doesn't have.
is using glass.
Yeah,
You're
leave him.
not screen.
I know. So EX,
But
see yours.
I'll work on it
Let me
today
see
because I'm at
yours.
home.
What did you say?
Stop.
I'll work on the project today
Stop
because
I'm
using
not doing
glasses.
anything. What do you say?
Why do you have a glasses on your face?
Shouldn't I wear glasses on my face?
Okay.
It's not a
You're
crime.
swagging. And it's a crime.
Wonderful.
Then it
Hold
means
on.
you're saying that is no.
that's all
Hey,
for
sorry,
now.
was it there when you left? Sorry, hold on. So how did you get there? I didn't remove it out. It wasn't there when you left. When? That's what I'm saying. When you were here, when you sat down here, was it when you were living here this morning? Was it there? So now precious keep her there for reasons I don't understand. She came here. She was here now. She came to charge or whatever. Why should we be there? That's what I'm saying. Because when she came, I've been sitting down since I've not gotten up to search my bag. That's why I asked you, was it there when you came yesterday? When you got up this morning? She was here. She came to charge.
Read that message, please.
All right, sorry. So then, okay, this is EX own.
Ma, when am I going to be doing the classes?
I'm coming. EX, scroll down.
Okay.
Why you're forbidden from slapping me?
What?
This is where I stopped. I was not around to work on it yesterday.
Okay. Okay, it's lovely. These are the colors you chose, right?
Yes.
Okay. Is this the only page you're going to do?
No, I'm going to do tops, trousers.
All right, we'll talk about the icon on Monday. You can stop sharing. So I'm not
Okay.
going to give you assignment so that you can go and do so you can work on your project. You and Ehun, but I'll give the rest. So Ehun, let me see yours. I'm angry. Okay. It doesn't make any sense.
You put it in your bag before.
Even did you see it? I thought it has been in my bag since. So I'm not wondering how it flew there. I forgot I'm on it. Please scroll down.
You're mute.
Stop,
I should stop doing what? What am I doing to offend you?
Please let me see. So what's your plan? Is this are you going to put other content at the side, or you want to leave this as white as it is? You just want to be scrolling that, or you want to make it full?
You know the grid elements that I taught us today that can now be beside each other and under. That's actually what I want to now use instead of having to.
So, but how did you go back to the jersey on? Go back to that jersey.
Is it this Premier League jersey?
No, you were showing a couple of jerseys just now.
Oh, this is it.
Yeah, was it you that did this?
Yes.
Okay, so how did you do that? How did you do this?
Okay, so I just went to Google and I searched the jersey online. Then I went to images and I found, and I'll look for the jersey that is current. I'll right click on it and I'll save it. Then I'll go to my Visual Studio Code and place it in the images and put it in an image. Then I'll put a button right next to it so you can click on it to buy it.
But if you do that, it's just supposed to appear in one place. How did you get it to appear 1, 2, 3? This is a row. There are 3 of them in a row.
We did not do anything.
I didn't even do anything. It automatically came like that.
Okay. No problem.
Must I separate my work like Aaron, like the way he did his football boots in another file and his jerseys in another file?
The way he did is what?
Like you said, I can link my files together. Must I do it like that?
It depends on what you want. If you want, because they are on different pages, right? I don't understand what you guys are asking. They are on different pages. That's a different page, right?
Yes.
If you want to make your own on one page, that means the page will be very long. That's up to you. But
Okay.
director already said that you should have like 5 pages. So I think you should do extra pages.
Okay.
Do you get so that you have? She already gave you. She already gave you this one. She already gave you this page, and then she talked about giving you one sustainability page. That's 2 pages. You're going to have a profile page. That's 3 pages. So you can just make this one 2 pages. You get? You can make your own 2
Yes.
pages. Okay. No problem. You can stop sharing.
Ma,
Hmm?
please, can you give me ideas to put?
The best place to get ideas is from your reference website. That's the best place. I know nothing about just I don't even like football. You guys seem to like football a lot. I don't even understand the game.
I do.
So your best bet will be all those your reference websites. It's true now. Do you get?
Yes.
Because I don't know anything about football I don't even like it. I don't know how you like it. You like football, yeah?
Yes.
In my opinion, you're not a normal person if you like football.
Ah.
Because I don't like
My
football.
opinion, you're also not a normal person if you dislike football.
Oh yeah, come and be going. Thank you very
Yes.
much for coming to class. Please
Bye,
work on your
Mr. Wan.
project. And yeah. And if you check online, just you're working on a jersey website, right? A website that sells jersey, right?
Yes.
So Google it, websites that sell jerseys. You will see a lot. Okay. All right. So EX and Ehun can go.
Bye,
Bukumi,
Mr. Wan.
bye. Bukumi.
Yes.
Okay, Bukumi is not replying. All right. So in your Lua, please share your screen for yesterday's assignment.
Excuse me, ma, please, can you check my own before I correct Lizu?
Oh yeah, share your own. Oh, Ini started sharing his own. Ini, let Ore share her own because I've been correcting your own. His own, sorry, is a guy. Let Ore share his own, please. Okay, so go to your VS Code.
Excuse me, ma, please, can you call Ini? Because mine is taking time. Ma, can you see my own?
Yeah.
So I'm going to take control of your screen right now. So go to the browser that you showed me. Go to the browser on. Okay. So what's the name of this folder? This is Inioluwa /stocks. So go to this particular folder on your VS Code. Stocks.html. Because this navbar you're showing me is not it at all. It's actually this one. This is it. Okay. I don't know why you don't waste connect, but please let me close this ones because this is going to be your home page. Let me save it. This is going to be your home page for your project. Okay? Because let me check your reference website again. You're the one that gave live score, right? Was it live score or PlayStation? Inioluwa.
Mine was live score.
Live score, right? Let me go and see live score. Okay. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. So hold on, I'm checking live score. I want to, because your assignment will be there. Okay. All right, so I'll see what I want to say. Okay, so we're going to start on your own projects like this. So this is your home page, right? Okay, this is the CSS. But let's just go to the socks. I'm on the socks for now. So you're going to, can you change this socks to livescore.html? Change it to livescore.html.
How?
Babe, I'm sorry you had to see that. I swear with my life, it wasn't me. Can you change it, Ini? Sorry. Wrong type. Ini, can you change it?
I don't know how to.
Okay, it's supposed to be. I don't know why this place is not showing. Hold on. Normally, the name is supposed to be coming down like this. I don't know why.
I know my brother pressed something yesterday that made it to be like this. It was not like this before.
Let me see. Okay, you can change it from your library. I'm trying to figure out how to get it back. You should be able to come back. So it's back. So let me change it here. Let me rename. So live score is your project, right? Live score. Okay. So since Ore doesn't have a project, two of you are going to do the same project. Okay. So there's a mistake here. Why is there a look at your head? See, sorry, hold on, let me check W3 School to be sure about something. Okay, after the head. Okay. So, oh my god. Oh, sorry, we're on Zoom. So your style is supposed to be before you close your head here. Oh my god, excuse me. Okay, your style is supposed to be before you close the head, and this is not supposed to be here. So this is not supposed to be here. I'm correcting it for you. Okay. Okay. So we're going to call it my project. We're going to title this document my project. Okay. All right. So now we can go and close our head elements. So next time when you want to write your style, you see you have opened your head elements here. You have opened your head elements here. You have written some things here. Before your style will be before you close the head. Let me go and close it down. In your use or this in your are you seeing the aha? So this is how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to close your style here and then close the head, and then this is the body where you now write everything that you want to write. Okay.
Okay.
So very good. So what next? What next? I want you to put this in an external CSS code. So we're going to use this CSS code, this CSS file I'm seeing here, right? So I don't know. I think this was for a different. As how many CSS do you have? I'm seeing Browse CSS. I'm seeing Ini CSS. But this was for the navigation, right? Okay, don't worry. Let's just delete everything. Let me plug in my system because it's low. Hold on, I'm plugging. So we're going to make this live score. I'm going to rename it to livescore.css so that this will not be your project. So you know that this is what you are using for your project, okay? Livescore.css. All right, fine. So we've changed that. So now let's go and put your CSS here. Do you understand what I'm doing in Yolua?
Yes.
So can you drink?
Trying to copy. Okay. Okay. I don't know why it's lagging. Inolu, are you touching it? Inolua.
What is disturbing me?
Don't let me make a mistake, otherwise we'll scatter everything. No? So please, don't let him disturb it. So I'm putting your CSS now in a different file. Okay, I'm putting it in a different file. Okay, so now it's here, right? So now it's in a different file. So now we can now delete it from Here. Don't let them disturb you. You have to. Who is disturbing you?
My two brothers.
Is already here.
Yes.
Alright, you're not paying attention.
I am.
That's not what Ini is saying. So you remember I told you that you have to link your CSS to your page. Okay. Remember how I showed you? I'll do it again for you.
I went offline for a very long time.
I know, my love, I know. Don't worry. I'm now teaching Ini. After Ini, I'll focus on you.
Have you said the homework?
No, I've not sent the homework yet.
Okay.
Okay, so I also want to see your homework. Ire. So I'm helping Ini and
I didn't do it.
oh my God, you said you didn't do it.
Because I was still trying to figure out about the yesterday's homework.
What was yesterday's homework? Okay, you show me today now. I don't know why this thing is lagging so bad. Okay. So this is how we link our CSS. You write link, link REL is equals to, I don't know why this is writing so slow, style sheet, which is equals to href, equal to, what's the name of livescore.css? Yes. Okay. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Who did this now?
I will be watching YouTube.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so Ini.
Nobody do that. Nobody do
Yes.
that.
Please, will you stop singing? Ini, are you following what I'm doing?
Yes.
So I am now linking your CSS to, I'm linking it to your HTML so that it will reflect in your browser. Because if you don't link it, it's not on the same page anymore. It will not show. So now, can you save this live score and save this HTML file and save the CSS file? You said it's your about file. You are still going to use it, or don't delete it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So now save both of them. Save what I did on the live score and on the CSS and the HTML. Save them. Let me see you save it.
No, don't do that. I've saved both of them.
All right. So go to your browser. Reload it. Is it reloading?
Ma, I think it has finished reloading.
No, I can still see the X here. It's still loading. Okay, you know what? Okay, go and open the file again. You know we've changed the name from socks to live score. So go and open it again from your file manager. Open it again from your file manager.
No.
Okay, so it's loading. Why is it taking so long? Why is it taking so long to load now? Ini, what's going on?
I don't know.
Okay, now it has loaded. All right, very good. Very good. So Ini, this will be your homepage of your project. Now, stop. See, by the time I come on Monday, I want to see this on Oreoluwa's browser too. So you're going to replicate it on your brother's own. So now stop sharing. Let me tell you what your assignment will be. Stop sharing your screen. Ini, stop sharing. No, thank you.
No,
So
stop.
let me share my screen and show you what your assignment will be. So I have to go to that columns page now. I want to show you assignments. CSS columns. Okay. Did I even? Hold on, or just wow. Okay, this is not what I'm looking for. Okay, I think it was here. Okay. So alright, this is what your page looks like, right? There's the header. I mean, Inyolua, this is for you and your brother. Inyolua,
Yes, ma'am.
that's what your page looks like. So now this is your website, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is your website. So what you're going to do is that you're going to start with these ones and these ones, okay?
Okay.
Now, these are all links. These are links. I already have them in your navigation bar here. 1, 2, 3, like this. So you're just going to make it 4. So what
Okay.
you will do, the first one, football is now going to be like this. Sorry. So I'm sure this is in your it's in your VS Code already. So this is going to be football. This is going to be football, right? What's the second one? Hockey. This is going to be hockey. This is going to be basketball. There's also tennis and cricket. So you add tennis and cricket. Basketball. Okay. So if I run it now, you see it has changed, right? So it's just like you have here. Okay. I will show you how to put a border around it. It's very easy to put a border around. Where is it, sir? If you want to put a border around it, you just go to your VS Code. You want to put a border around it, you just go to your VS Code. Okay. And you say you select your link. I've taught you this before. And then you put a border around it. Sorry. So you put a 1px solid. You're going to have to change because the whole of your website is black, okay? So you might have to change all this to black. Where is the background color? Hold on. So the background color of the header is black. Black. Okay. So because it's black, you cannot see that right up again. You have to make the color of the right up white. Okay, you have to make it white. Okay, so if I do it, you see now we see it. So this is already black and white. You don't need to change that. You need to do it for the body. Let me see. For the columns. So for the columns, you just have to go to the entire body because it's the entire website that is black. So you select your body and you say background color. Should be black. And you also have to change the text. White. So don't worry, I think I'll give you this code. Aha. So yours is black, okay? So I was saying that if you want to put a sorry. If you want to put a border around this here, in your own website, it is like this, right? So you put a border 1px solid and you say you want it to be, what's the color? You want it to be white, right? What's the color of this? Okay. Okay. So let's make it white. Okay. All right. So we want to, we also want to give it a border radius because what is there is round. And I said to put a round base, you have to give it a border radius. Let's say 15. So you see it's round, but we need to have a space. So the margin, let's give it a 10px margin. So in yellow, are you seeing? This is more, this is rounder. So let's make it rounder. Let's make it 20. Okay. In yellow, are you seeing what I'm doing?
Yes.
So I gave it a margin to give it space. You can see it's looking almost like this. So we have to make it smaller. The padding is smaller. I don't know why the padding is not changing. I need it to be smaller. I need it to be smaller. All right, hold on. I'm trying to check. Okay. Okay. Margin right, margin left. 0. So this is the background. The border 1px solid background color was black. Okay. Okay. So the padding is 610. I don't know if I spelled padding wrongly because I don't know why the padding. It's not working. Margin is 10 px5. All right, so this is your project that we're doing. Oh. Inyolu, are you there?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. For some reason, this is not working. All right, so let's leave it like this. So you're going to, this is one. I've showed you how to do this already. So this is how you're going to do. Now, for your header, this is your header. This is your header. So you're going to, is this a link? Is this a link? Does this lead somewhere?
Yes.
I always need it.
Okay. So what you want to do is that I also want you to put, you see the way, just like you did this one, I want you to put this ones on your header, okay? Forget about the icons. We'll do that on Monday. Forget about these icons right here. We'll do it on Monday. But I want you to put scores. I want you to put live score, scores, favorites, news, and get up. I want you to put it here in your header, all right? It's just a list of links like this one, and then you use margin to give it space. Okay? Okay, Nilua,
Yes.
do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, so on Monday, this is your assignment. All right, so you have to copy you have to put all these words and this one. Then later in the week, we'll focus on here. Okay?
Okay.
All right, now, so you can go. Please, I want you to put Oluwa through.
Mom, when am I going to show
Why
you
not?
You're sharing your own now.
that wasn't working?
You're going to share it now, Iremide. So Oluwa and Inoluwa, I've given you assignment. You can go.
Mom, the host though.
You're the end. Don't worry, just go to give one of us.
Just give me the host, then I'll send it to
Just go, don't mind
Mrs.
him.
Toa.
Share your screen, Ire.
Yes, I'm the host.
Oh yeah, share your screen. I'm happy for you.
Bye, Mom.
I gift you.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Mom.
Are you sharing your screen?
Yes.
Okay, I'm coming. I can't see
They
your
said I'm waiting for Toa to control your screen.
Okay. What are you doing now? So what are you showing? Okay, this is your navigation.
Yes.
Are you the one that is drawing or is it Ore? So this is your navigation
Please
bar.
join on my distance.
But this is correct now. This is correct.
Let Orange join.
Don't mind him. Where's your reference website?
I didn't put anything in my CSS.
And don't worry, it's already in your, this is your CSS here, so don't worry. Oh, you need to put this in your, okay, where's your CSS? Okay,
And
so
then
your assignment
this
is
is the
that,
one that is red.
which one? This one, Abby? All right, scroll up. Scroll up.
Okay.
So delete that margin is equals to 0, whatever you did there, delete it. That's why it's red.
But there's still one more red.
All right,
And
so
that
scroll
is
down.
here.
Scroll down, let me see.
There's a red this thing here.
Scroll down. Okay, scroll to where the red is. Okay, put a space.
Okay.
Yeah, put a space between the colon and the brackets. No, not there. Yeah. Wait, let me look for the correct way to write it. Hold on. Hold on, Iremide. Let me be sure.
Okay. Let me just control.
Okay. Just hold on. I think that was in navigation.
Mom, you found it.
I'm searching for it, Nairi. Calm down.
Wait, whoa.
Okay. So this is the, let me copy it in the chat box for you. This is the right way to write it. Hold on. I can't find the chat option again.
It's up. It's up.
No, your screen has taken over. Okay.
It's up on that place.
Hold on. So I've written it. I'm writing it for you. So correct it. Why is it saying Ire is not in the meeting?
I am in the meeting.
Okay, so write it now. I've put it in the chat box, the right way to write it.
Okay, I have seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I don't know why I said that I'm not in the meeting. Where should I put
There,
it?
it's up. Go to LIA hover. Okay. Okay, hold on. You know what? Wait, let me check it. Wait. Let me take over your screen. Just hold on. Okay. Request. So accept.
Okay.
Okay. So it's
Okay.
here. This is the problem.
No.
So you see now it's no longer red.
Yes.
Okay. So your assignment is
But
that
why does it not have to be active?
what?
Why is it not have to be active? I
Because
want it to be active.
the active one is already here. You can see it here under it. That's the active one. So Ire, your assignment is that, yes, your assignment is that you have to put this, your CSS is in an external file, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right, bye, dear.
Okay. Bye. But first, can I videos?
Are you what?
Videos.
Okay, I will let you be the host. Just stop sharing your screen.
Stop share.
Okay, I've made you the host.
I want to check something.
Are you going to end the meeting for all of us?
Should I do that?
Yes.
Okay.